And on our financial statements, we have the ability today to set it up so that we can actually see the revenue by all the different segments. We can see the dollars they generate. We can also see the average daily rates. And this is where you can start to figure out, well, what's the best piece of business for my hotel from a profitability point of view? Taking the rate and working backwards and subtracting the known direct costs, and then looking at it from a realistic point of view as to which clients come when, during the week, during the month, during the year, as well as which ones are more that require more cleaning, etc. So when we look at the segmentation, we also too want to be able to look at purely at the number of rooms generated by each and every one of our segmentations, and how do we actually fill our hotel. So that's a key part of what we should be keeping track of daily and month to date on our flash reports, as well as monthly on our financial statements. And again, it's entirely possible to create this kind of information inside of your financials. It's just a matter of recording the statistics and then telling your software program to divide the revenue in the various different segments by the actual number of room nights, and it produces the average rates. The next thing we're going to talk about is calculating RevPAR index. And RevPAR index is a key cornerstone of our business. And what it does is it takes into account your hotel in conjunction with your competitors to see how much of the market share you're getting. And as I mentioned in the video, you can see what the occupancy is and the ADR and the RevPAR. And these are the three key components. MPI, which is the marketplace index. The ARI, which is the average rate index, gives you the RevPAR index when you multiply the two of those together. And as mentioned as well, you could also look at it by broad segment, by transient, by group, by contract, to see where you're actually winning and where you're losing. You can also look at it every single day of the week to see, well, do I have problems on Sundays? Do I have problems on Thursdays? Where am I really good? Where do I have opportunities? And all these things backfeed into your strategy on rates and going after different pieces of business. Knowing what's going on in your marketplace is key. So now we're going to switch gears. Staying in the financial world, we're going to talk about the concept of flow through. And I'll be right back after yet again another short video. This lesson is on flow through. It's really a simple concept, and it's one that once you understand it is a very powerful tool to help you analyze any financial statement. So there's going to be some links in your homework to read more and watch other videos on flow through. And I know from teaching it to a lot of people that it's one of those things where quite often in the beginning people just don't get it, but the penny drops, and then it's like riding a bicycle, you'll never forget it. But basically you're just taking the revenue from this period and subtracting the revenue from the other period, giving you in this case, an increase in revenue. And again, it doesn't matter how big or how small your hotel is, you're going to have a variance from one period to the next. And then you simply take the profit that you want to look at. In this case, it's GOP because I'm using that compared to total revenue. And GOP for the other period, I subtract the two again, and I simply divide this into this, and it gives me my flow through. And what it's telling me is that I generated all of this additional income. Where did it all go? 80% of it disappeared. I was only able to keep 60%. And in our business, we've come up with, and different brands have different numbers around this, but it's all kind of the same thing. And this is what we call theoretical flow through. In other words, how much should these hotels be able to keep when revenues are going up year over year, month over month? And when we get an increase in our overall revenue, and when it comes from rate, that's when the flow through is the strongest, because when I increase the rate, I don't have any more labor in housekeeping. I don't have any more labor at the front desk. I don't have any more shampoo being consumed or towels. I don't have any additional cleaning to do. All I have are maybe some more commissions to pay and credit card commissions. So the flow through should be very strong. When it's occupancy, well, I do have additional costs because I do have additional amenities and cleaning costs and labor directly related to the room attendants. So the flow through is expected to be less. In food and beverage, we make our money in banquets. We don't make our money in outlets, so the flow through should be higher. So those are the components. Let's switch gears again and let's talk about the system for creating financial leadership in the hotel. What do you actually need to do? And I firmly believe this, that systems are everything to a business. And when it comes to systems, I'm not talking about computer systems. I'm not talking about software. I'm not talking about apps. I'm talking about communication systems. How do we communicate what we're doing so that we can get people to follow us?